Hello, my name is Rosana Molino, and welcome to the rosanamod podcast. Want to modify your life? That is corny, but I'm going to keep it in there. This variety show brainstorms solutions for everyday challenges, unlocks your secret potential, think outside the box with creative ideas that improve your business and your life. Get inspired with special guests, get motivated with how-to projects for the whole family, and learn that life is too short for anything less than being happy. Laugh with me or at me, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to laugh. Hey everybody, this is Rosana Molino, and welcome to the rosanamod podcast, episode 33, 33. That's 30 and 3. You add it together, you get 33. You're welcome. You have another number that you know how to say in Spanish now. Okay, so I've been thinking about something regarding this podcast. Not a problem or anything like that, but I'm just getting an idea. Now, my downloads are kind of low pretty much, but they're consistent, which is more than what I'm consistent at putting them out there. So I guess, I haven't really been putting them out as much as I wanted to, and I should. Like I said, there's just so many things going on right now. But in what I wanted to let you know was I was thinking I have a lot of batches that I've been doing and a lot of podcasts and episodes that I've been recording and keeping in a little file and editing little by little, and then just trying to get them consistent that way. So I've been batching a lot as the ideas come. And then I forgot that I write for about so many articles on HubPages, and I have 98 articles on HubPages. There's 6 of them that are featured. And then I thought, as a writer and an artist, how can I promote my writing on a podcast? You can do like those audio recordings that some people do. And then I thought, wait a minute. I have 98 articles. Is that not 98 episodes? Okay, so let me just do that. Now, the last thing that I wrote on here, I can't even remember the year. I think, it was 9 months ago. That was the one I wrote about COVID. It's an okay article. A lot has changed in my opinion on that. I didn't want to get political, so I'm not going to fix that. I'm going to leave it the way it is. But I might have to do another one on that subject. But still, 9 months ago was the last time I wrote an article for HubPages. And the 98 articles that I have already published on there are pretty old. I guess maybe averaging about 4 years old, okay? But they're still good topics. Now, I've practiced more and I've written more, so my writing has actually progressed and gotten even better than what it is there. So let me do that. So this is what we're going to do today. Today's episode is going to be, and last week, number 32 episode, by the way, was Crafty Handmade Beaded Curtains, which was actually one of the articles, and I was reading it to you. So I don't know if you could tell I was reading or not, but I tried. Anyway, there's a lot of really deep ones in here, but since the weekend is not about business, I'm going to read you the one about cheating. And I think that one's pretty cool. So let's do, is your partner cheating on you? 10 ways to know. You already have a sense that something's going on. That's really what you start with, your intuition. That feeling that you have in your gut that says something is wrong. He's cheating on me or she's cheating on me, and you're probably right. Your intuition is usually spot on. Okay, so let's start with that. Get that out of the way. The number one thing, there's 10, so we'll start with number 1. Are they working out more than they usually do? Like, are they exercising more, taking more time out to get ready for work, or going out? Do they have, are they buying perfume or cologne? Are they, for men, are they cleaning their toenails and their fingernails? Or for women, are they getting their manicures or their pedicures done? Their hair done? Do they put more attention into the way that they look when they walk out the door? Even if it's just going to work, because a lot of guys will go to work and then they'll just see the other person while they're at work, on lunches and breaks and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Even if you're working with them, don't think that just because you're working with them, they're not seeing someone on the side, because I can testify that that is not true. They do that anyway. They'll find a way, no matter what, to find the other person, to meet up with the other person. So you just pay attention to their physical appearance, and if they are working out or taking more care of themselves, buying new underwear. I know that sounds weird, but hey, you want to be clean for the other guy or the other girl, right? So are they buying new underwear, new bras, or new socks? They have to be clean, right? They're not going to walk and see the mister or the mistress when they're sloppy, right? They're going to look at themselves, put themselves in their best appearance possible. So you have to really pay attention. It's your job to pay attention. All right. That's number one. Number two, are they spending more time at the office? Now, this is if you don't work with them. Or if you do work with them, because they might be seeing somebody at their job. Okay. And you leave, you got to go home or something, and you leave them there. Are they spending more time at work? Are they having more overtime? Do they work on Saturdays when they normally don't work on Saturdays? Do they have to be, are they called into work on a weekend or stay late? Or are they called, like, while they're home, they get a phone call and they say, oh, they called me into work. Don't just take their word for it. I mean, if you are suspicious, you can ask, are you going to work or are you going to work? Call their job, see if they're there. I was cheated on. I was married. I know this for a fact. Okay, this happens a lot. So, and I did the job of calling and find out the hard way that, no, he never came in today. Huh, that's weird. Then where did he go? There's my answer, and this is why we're divorced. Thank you very much. Okay, number 3. Do they make excuses to go out with their friends more? Maybe before they weren't really going out with their friends more. They didn't meet anybody. They didn't really have any hobbies or interests like bowling or hunting or, I don't know, what do they do? Painting with wine or whatever it is that they do, what those girls do when they go out painting with wine. Or I found a new hobby to hang out with Jennifer or whatever. We're hanging out over there, and we're just going to be, just talking about guys and love and that kind of stuff. And meanwhile, she's with, John somewhere. So always keep that in mind. You have to make sure. Now, how do you do that? Do you know their friends? Start with that. Did they introduce you to all their friends? If he says, I have this new friend, Sarah, she's a friend. Oh, she's new? Where'd you meet her? Oh, she's, she works, she's a sister or a friend of somebody at work, or she came in today and she's going to go out with all of her buddies and we're all going to get together at the bar after work or something. She's okay. She's nice, whatever. Or she's not my type. She's hideous. Yeah, that probably means she's really cute. So keep that in mind as well. Know their friends. You're going to have to do that. And it's not even a matter of being like really nosy or like an FBI agent or anything like that. I think that if you're in a relationship, you should know each other's friends. You should know hers and he should know yours. And if they are not showing you who they are, then there must be a reason why. Number 4, they are more critical of you. Now, this is really important. When you're with someone and they're cheating on you, for some reason they're going to find more fault in things that you do and say than normal. Because, and I think this is my theory now, I haven't read any psychology books about this, but it's probably because they are so infatuated with this other person that they're now comparing you to this person. So they're finding the differences between you and her or you and him. Pay attention to those little critiques of your personality and the way that you look. Like, did you gain a little bit of weight? I'm not gonna, I still love you and everything, but your ass looks a little wide. Normally it doesn't look that wide. I'm just saying. Little things like that. Just pay attention, okay? Because what they're doing is they're comparing you. They want to start a fight also to make an excuse to go out. That goes right into that same subject. They'll start nitpicking and get you angry just so they have an excuse to say, you know what, I just need to get out of here and just take a break, okay? I'm just going to go out with Frank or whatever and just hang out at the bar or I'm just going to go visit whoever and just hang out over there. Or I just need a drive just to get out of here for a while. You're making me crazy. Meanwhile, they're shacking up with, hoo-ha over there. So, Number 5, has their music taste changed? This is an oversight, but this is something that I noticed when my ex-husband was cheating on me. I noticed that he all of a sudden started listening to grunge music that he never really used to listen to before, or he would play this weird, I can't remember her name, it was like an opera singer. Since when do you listen to opera? Oh, I know, I never listened to opera before, honey, but all of a sudden I just saw her on a video and it was like really good, and she sounds really good, right? I'm like, wow, what a jerk. Well, anyway, pay attention to that, because their music's changed because they're listening to different kinds of music with this different person. And this person is actually turning them on to different kinds of music besides turning them on in other ways. If they used to listen to rock and all of a sudden they're listening to Enya, oh yeah, that might be a problem. Also goes with different foods. Are they trying different foods? All of a sudden now they're eating corn dogs, or before they never used to eat. I don't know. Why did I say corn dogs? Oh my God. I'm not, whatever. It came to mind. You can think whatever you want. Freudian slip. Oh well. Are they eating tacos? When before they never used to? Are they liking ice cream? All of a sudden mint chocolate chip is better than their normal vanilla. Oh, you know what? I just discovered that if you put whipped cream on this, it's really good. Maybe the person's got whipped cream in her house. Who knows? Different movies, different styles of movies, different shows on television. Like all of a sudden now he's watching The Sopranos. He's really into The Sopranos because what they do is they watch this show and then they talk about it with that person that they're hanging out with. They're like, oh, did you see the last episode? Yeah, we did. Oh, so they have this little connection that they have, these little things that they do together, like watching TV, watching the same shows, or listening to the same stations and that kind of stuff. So you have to be aware. Their new acquaintance is going to have different tastes than you. And that also includes sex. Let's talk about that. Is he introducing new positions? Is she introducing new positions? All of a sudden now she likes leather, which before she used to like something that was more frilly. Now she likes to, bite your nipples. Before she never used to. Where'd that come from? Oh my God, stop. Oh my God. Well, before she never used to really be into pain. All of a sudden she's into pain. Can you slap my butt a little bit? I'm just saying. These are things that happen. And then he's probably doing the same thing too. It's like all of a sudden he's kissing you differently. He's biting your lip. Or why are you biting my mouth like that? You never used to kiss me that way. I don't know. I just thought I'd try something different. That kind of stuff. Or he's, I don't know, he's got more, he's got more moves than before he never used to. Okay. Or he asks you if you can do something that he never used to ask you before. And he'll say, I watched it on porn, or I saw this on porn, or I saw this in a movie. And I thought, hey, this sounds fun. Meanwhile, it probably was picked up by her. And I'll tell you something else. I don't want you to go out and blame your husband or your boyfriend or something, or your girlfriend. If this happened, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily cheating on you. It could be that he's very curious and maybe you fell into some kind of a rut or some kind of a slow time in your life where you're just not interested in each other sexually anymore, or maybe you're busy all of a sudden. So now he wants to spice it up a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean he has somebody spicing it for him. It could very well be that you're just being boring and now he just wants you to not be boring. Doesn't mean there's someone else out there. But if you put all these together, like not just the one thing, don't pick just one thing. If you've got all these 10 together, it's pretty much safe to say that he's probably cheating or she's probably cheating. The chances are higher and increase more as you add up these numbers. Okay, so don't just pick one and say, oh my God, he's cheating, he did number 5. Okay, so that's not how it is. Number 6, is his car cleaner, is her car cleaner? Very important. If he's picking her up, he's going to keep his car clean unless she's a slob and she just doesn't care. Number 6 is their car cleaner. Is their car cleaner? You notice them spending more time cleaning out their car, cleaning out the inside and the outside. It doesn't necessarily mean that they were in the car and they're cleaning the evidence. It could be, of course, but could also be that they're just getting ready to pick them up, or maybe they meet somewhere where they get into the car, so they want their car to always look clean it. Now, if she's a slob or he's a slob, he's not going to care. Some people really don't care. Like, they don't care about the car. I know I don't. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter to me if your car is dirty. It really doesn't. I prefer a clean car, but I'm not saying that, personally, it doesn't really bother me because it's a transport vehicle. It's not your home. Now, if your home is dirty, that might bother me. But if your cars are okay, it happens. You work, you're in and out, whatever. You don't have time to clean out your car. You might have a bad back issue. But if they are taking the time to make sure that it smells nice and, you see them cleaning, like let's say he came home late one night and then the next morning, or you were suspicious the night before, and then the next morning you see him out there with Windex. I mean, you might want to check it out a little bit and say, hey, can I help you? Clean something? Is there something under the seats? Inside the glove box? Move the visor, down from where the passenger is and see if that's been moved, where the mirror is, like when you see yourself, because usually if the girl is riding on the, shotgun, she's going to pull down the mirror and check her makeup and her hair and stuff. And she might leave little clues for you to find also because she wants you to find out because she wants to break you guys up. So she might leave little clues and things like maybe pull her hair and put little strands of her hair in the front seat or the back. People do that. Clean, when you have long hair and you leave your hair strands everywhere, you got to look for these things. If you're blonde and she's a redhead, and you find red hair in your car or in his truck, then there you go. Okay, you might want to question that. I don't have red hair. Why is my red hair, why is there red hair in the car? Why is it all over the back seat? Why is it all over the front seat? Why is it in the driver's seat? How did her long red hair get in the front seat if you're driving? That's kind of weird. What was her head doing there? Okay, moving on. Number 7, social networks. This is a really big thing. Does he have new friends on Facebook that you don't know? Who are they? How did they meet? If she sent him a request, why did he accept? If he sent her a request, why did he send it? Same with her. Why? Why does she have all these guys on her network? True that some women just have a lot more male friends. Again, it doesn't mean that they're cheating, but you want to make sure that you understand like why, send her a friend request. If you're married, why not? Send her a friend request. Don't be wimpy and talk to her like on the side or say something stupid or do something stupid. Send her a friend request. See if she'll accept. Why is she accepting your husband and not your friend request? You see right there, that would be fishy. If I was the wife, I would send her also a friend request and see if she accepts me. Okay, makes sense. Let me see what else I put here. Okay, so Twitter is the same way, and I'm not on Twitter, but Twitter's the same way. Instagram is probably the same. Who are they? How did they meet? How long have they known each other? These are the questions you want to ask. Are they in the same zip code? Do they live in the same city? Do they work in the same job? Have you ever seen them together? Have you ever heard their name coming from your partner's mouth? Have you ever met, because you might have known them and you forgot. Who knows? Look at their comments that they leave on his pictures, on her pictures. Look at the likes. They might not write on it, but they might put little hearts, love, like the picture. Is there any secrecy? There's no transparency, there's no trust. If there's no transparency, there's always secrets. So just remember that. How are they communicating if it's not on their wall? Are they instant messaging themselves? You don't know about it. How could you know about it? You'd have to ask, for him to show you. You'd have to trust him to show you or trust her to show you. You'll know when they're online and they're online together at the same time. You'll also know, how long it's been that he's been online. Like, for example, if you fell asleep and he's online still, he might be talking to her. What are they talking about? Number 8, more phone calls or texts than normal. Who's calling? If it's Steve, but you don't know a Steve, it might be really Sarah because my ex did this. He had a phone call from this guy named Steve, and I questioned it because this was right after we were fighting about him cheating, and I had a feeling that he was. And he said, no, this is Steve. I go, who's Steve? Because I never heard him mention this name Steve before. And he said, oh, it's a guy that's Well, I didn't want to tell you, but it's this guy that's trying to sell me a motorcycle. I know you don't like motorcycles. I kind of want to get into. Okay, that was his deflection of trying to get me off the subject by making me think about motorcycles. I already know how liars work. I'm used to seeing it now, so I understand how that works. He was deflecting to cover it up. So what happened next is he actually got another phone. So he had one phone for home, and then he had another cell phone. Okay, so you might want to see if he's got another phone line, any phones. Also, check his credit card. I mean, if you're married, you should have this together. Check his credit cards and see where he's been the last 5 years. Just check if you're curious and see if he's ever used his cards for a hotel or anything like that. You never know. Okay, number 9, do they come home and head straight for the shower? This is, unless they don't take a shower in their mistress's or mister's house. Now, if they do that, you would be able to know because they would smell clean and fresh after a long, hard day of work. So let's say they went to work and then they went to go see the mistress or the mister, and he takes a shower at her house or she takes a shower at his house. They're going to come home smelling very fresh and clean, and you'll know because you know what your partner smells like and why were you working all day sweating and then all of a sudden now you smell like you just took a shower. See what I mean? So a lot of guys won't do that. They'll take a shower when they get home and try to avoid you to try and get into the bathroom quick before you see them and make it look like, oh, it was such a long day. Okay, you want to, this is going to sound gross. You're going to want to sniff the underwear. You're going to want to, I'm sorry. I had to do this, and this is how he was busted. Number 10 is frequent runs to the store. So they'll make excuses to go out and do things. Like, I'm going to go out and buy some, I don't know, I got to get gas for tomorrow. I'm low. Or something's wrong with my car. I have to go get it checked and get it, go to the mechanic. Something, my engine light went on. A couple hours waiting, whatever excuses, that they have. They're always going to find a way to get out of the house. Now, FYI, I put here, cheaters often subconsciously want to get caught so they won't have to end the relationship themselves. So they want you to end it with them. So they'll constantly be doing things on purpose so that you notice them and say, are you cheating on me? So that they'll say, maybe, well, no. But sound kind of like that so that you catch them, and then so that you can say, it's over. I'm done with you. Get out of my house. Some men, I will say, will want that because they're too passive and too wimpy to break up with you themselves. And if I can leave you with one thing, I'll leave you with this. If you think that he's cheating on you, why are you still with him? You love him? Okay, that's fine. But if he's cheating on you, he probably doesn't love you as much as you love him. Why are you in the relationship? Ask yourself that question. Is it because of the kids? You can never make a marriage or a relationship survive because you're doing favors for your children. You're not doing them any favors. Children know. They're very attuned to you and feelings, and they will know if you're not happy. What are you teaching them by being with somebody that you don't trust anymore or you don't care about as much as you think? Are you using him for his money? Is he paying your mortgage? Is he helping you pay your bills? Is he helping you in any way? Is that why you're with him? That says a lot about your character, or maybe that he's cheating on you and you don't want to say to him or confront him and you're letting him do it because you need him in that way. Now, I know people like that. If you really love him and you are just afraid because you don't want to ruin your relationship or you just don't want to break up because you're afraid, or maybe you're older and you're like scared to go out in the dating scene because that's another topic that's freaking scary out there, and you're over your 50s or your 60s and you don't want to break up, or maybe you're over your 40s and you don't want to start dating again, then sit down, make sure the kids aren't home, and face it and just freaking be strong. Same for the guy. Sit down, make sure there's no weapons in the house. And I mean this seriously. Don't get angry. Sit down. You don't have to be in the house, actually. It's better to go outside. Go to a park or something, or go to a park and sit at a bench. How about that? And look at him in the eye and ask him, hey, Are you cheating on me? He's going to deny it, but you know him better than anybody, and you're going to know if he's lying to you or not. So sit down, talk with your partner, confront, communicate. The number one death of a relationship is not being able to communicate, not being able to share your feelings and talk to someone. If you can't talk to your partner about the way you really feel about something or about the way you really feel about someone else, then you have no relationship. You have no marriage. Nothing exists there. You're just two people living together in a house, just coexisting without any kind of a bond or love at all. You're just coexisting. You're waiting for one of you to die. If that's how you want to live your life, then hey, go for it. Congratulations, If that's not how you want to live your life and that's not what you want to teach your children, look, daddy loves another woman. Daddy doesn't want to be here anymore. He's always going to love mommy, but he loves this other woman. So daddy has to do what makes daddy happy, because life is that important. Life is important. Life is short, and you have to be happy with those that you care about. I'm always going to love you. You're always going to be my son. This has nothing to do with you. That's what a real man would say, an honest man would say. Anything less than that is not being honest. It's what's the point? And the woman, the same thing. Mommy's always going to love you guys. Mommy's always going to love you guys. It has nothing to do with you. I'm always going to see you whenever you want to see me. But I made a mistake, and I'm in love with another man, and I still love your daddy, but I need to be happy because life is short. And when you grow up, you're going to understand this. Simple as that. It's truth. It's the truth. People don't want to hear the truth anymore. People are scared all the time, like I mentioned before in so many episodes. People are terrified of hearing the truth. Why? Would you rather be living a lie than living with the truth? As painful as it is, at least knowing the truth, you can move on and you can find solutions to make yourself happy. But without the truth, you've got nothing. You've got zero, nada. No blooper today. No blooper today. I'm too tired. I'll talk to you guys soon, and